I think we should turn hospital stays into something similar to prison. Hear me out. I don't think we should go to prison, although we may feel that way. I think patient family members should get the same sort of treatments that prisoners get. One phone call. I don't know about you, but I have a feeling that certain families don't communicate with each other. You start your day by getting a call from the patient's spouse. Wants an update on their condition, how was their night, blah de la 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 la. You spend 5, 10, 15, whatever minutes updating the patient's spouse. Glad to call, thank you, hang up the phone, moving on. Your day progresses, your morning progresses, and you get another phone call, and it's the patient's mother who would like an update on the patient's progress. Oh, I'm sorry, have you spoken to the patient's spouse? Oh no, can you just go ahead and give me an update? Sure, because I have time for that. And you give the same spiel and the same update that you did earlier to this patient's spouse. 5, 10, 15 minutes later, good to go, thanks for calling, moving on. Hopefully an hour has gone by until the next phone call when it's the patient's father. Because the mother and the father are no longer together, they're divorced, they're separated, they're sleeping in different rooms, take your pick. He would like an update because he doesn't talk to his wife and he doesn't remember the last time that he spoke to his son, but he would like an update on his son's condition. So you then go forth and you give him the information. 5, 10, 15 minutes later, good to go. Next. Try to continue on with your day. And this scenario repeats itself with every family member. I'm not making this up. This is a real thing. It happens more than we'd like to admit. Now, we have instituted with many patients, gotta have the security code, and when you call in you gotta have the privacy code, because if you don't have the privacy code then you can't get updates, because the patient has rights and they've decided that only certain people are going to be updated on their condition, whereas if the patient states that everybody can take, anybody and everybody's allowed to know about me, then anybody and everybody's gonna call with updates, instead of maybe having a central hub communication ladder where one person calls the nurse and they get the update and then they drip that information to the rest of the gaggle of family and friends that are interested in learning about the patient's condition. While this is a wonderful thing that the patient themselves has that kind of a support system, most nurses don't have the time to spend being the circuit operator. I have this vision of 30 plus, 40 plus, 60 years ago when the operator of a facility had on the headphones and the microphone, and they were in front of this huge circuit board, and they had to connect and disconnect all of the different phone lines. Every so often, nurses have to play that role. And I'm trying to figure out how we can minimize that damage. An 8, 10, or 12-hour shift, you spend half of it on the phone updating people. Seriously? Am I alone here? Does anybody else have this problem? And if you do, how can we solve it? Leave your comment down below. And as always, check your own pulse first.